So I think this is the last time I want to talk about Ilya moving to lightweight. I feel like I've made like so many videos on Ilya moving to lightweight, and I think it's the next. I think it should definitely be happening next, especially given what Ilya has done already, knocking out Volk and then moving on right away to knock out Max Holloway, first man to ever do it. I think it's earned Ilya an immediate title shot against Islam Makhachev. Um, I don't know what the UFC is thinking about it, but I feel like that is the best next move. I know it's a big jump, but like I said, Ilya has done enough to earn it. Um, but yeah, a lot of people are saying that Islam should be next for Ilya, or yeah, Islam should just be next for Ilya. Islam should be, you know, one of Ilya's next, like soon to be next fights, whether it's right away or after one more. Islam should be next for Ilya. Uh, Not too far down the line for Ilya is what I'm saying. Islam should be, you know, I'm talking about like next year, Islam, you know. But yeah, Khabib Nurmagomedov said it himself. He welcomes Ilya's uh, challenge against Islam, and I'm not surprised. Khabib is fearless, Islam's fearless, Camp Khabib is fearless, and it would be an amazing fight, especially considering that I firmly believe Ilia Topuria is officially and has been for a while the new and Spanish version of Conor McGregor. Okay, he's Conor McGregor 2.0, the Spanish remix. He's got the whole country behind him, and I say this all the time, but I'll reaffirm it. I'll reaffirm all the facts I have. He's got the whole country behind him. Great outside of the octagon, great inside the octagon, great on the mic, knockout power, great boxing, and he's got grappling too. He's Conor 2.0. Okay, Spanish remix, like I said. He's great, man. I hate him. I'm not a fan. I'll never be a fan because he knocked out Volk. I am a hardcore Alexander Volkanovski fan. So I hate Ilya. I'll never be an Ilya fan. But I respect him and I will acknowledge the work he's done. And I have been a very strong advocate for Ilya to fight Islam next. So I'm supporting the dude. Even though I hate him and I'm not a fan, I'm supporting him, okay? He's done enough to fight Islam. He has. He just has, okay? I don't think there's much left for him at featherweight. There are some possible challenges, like I said, Diego Lopez, Movsar Evloev. That's really it, Yair, like I said, but the whole Yair shit, I went into detail about my frustrations with Yair Rodriguez. I won't for this video. But yeah, Khabib also welcomes that fight. I feel like a lot of people are calling for Ilya versus Islam. And if it's not the next fight for Ilya, it should definitely be the following fight for Ilya, okay? I don't think Ilya needs to wait too long to fight Islam. He's putting out legends. Ilia Topuria is putting out legends. If he moves up and oh my gosh, and he sleeps Charles Oliveira, man, Ilya will be hated by a lot of people. He already is, like Ilya's beloved. He's beloved by millions. But there are people that hate him, and those are hardcore fans of the legends that he's knocked out, okay? He knocks out Charles, he's going to get a whole another amount of haters who are, diehard Charles Oliveira fans. But yeah, everybody's questioning what Ilya's next move is. There have been a couple of posts that I wanted to make videos on, but I guess I'll address all of them in this video. The first one being that his coach also confirmed that, Ilya should be moving up to lightweight. Just another confirmation of what I think should be next. Ilya himself has talked about, how he's not extremely sure about what it will be next for him. I think he wants to retire. I think he's 27. He wants to retire at 30, so I think he wants to retire within 3 years. very smart. He shouldn't be fighting for too long. A lot of damage on the body. Do I think he will? No, I think he'll retire in 5. Especially because, you know, super fights are made all the time. And, you know, I think he still has a lot to prove, you know, especially if he wants to go down in the GOAT list. You know, if he wants to go down in the GOAT conversation, being champ is an excellent, surefire way to do it. But if you want to go down at the top, at the tippity top of the GOAT conversation, you got to rack up them defenses. Okay, you just can't you can't be getting a couple belts here and move on, get that belt, and then all right, next, you know, next weight class. No, it doesn't work like that. When you move to the next weight class, it's not just about getting that belt. You got to also show a lot of the top shotters in that weight class what's up. So when you make that move to lightweight, and if somehow, by some crazy ass probability, you end up beating Islam Makhachev, you're gonna have to also probably beat a Gaethje, and you know, you might have to beat Armin too. Yeah, maybe a Gaethje and an Armin. So maybe you might have to beat Armin Sakarian and any other lightweight that may be near a title shot. And then after racking up like 2 or 3 defenses, maybe 4, then you can consider a move to welterweight. Okay, then you think about welterweight, because right now, I think he's done enough at featherweight. I know Ilya doesn't have like 5, 6, 7 defenses, but the people who he's knocked out at featherweight, I think it just shows that Ilya has done enough at featherweight. To knock out Volk and Max Holloway back to back, you've done enough at featherweight. You have officially conquered featherweight. Now we got to see if he could conquer lightweight. So I think it's a great move for Ilya to move from featherweight to lightweight. I just don't know. I'm really unsure about how the UFC is going to handle it. I don't know if they're going to come to Ilya's doorstep and tell him, hey, all that lightweight move shit, throw it out the window. You got to stay here and fight these few guys. And then maybe. Or they may say, fuck it. Do what you want, Ilya. But I think it is largely up to the fighter whether or not they move weight classes. So, you know, I think it's solely up to Ilya, but I could be wrong. Maybe Dana White's pulling strings behind the scenes. Who really knows? Right now, as I've said this previously. You know, my prediction for what's next for Ilya, it's definitely going to be Ilya Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski too. It's going to be an absolute nightmare for me and other Volk fans watching one of our favorite fighters get put out again for the 3rd time, no less. But after that, I think it's time for Ilya to make the move to lightweight. I think we get Ilya versus Charles Oliveira, or we straight up get Ilya versus Islam, or Armin, if Armin was to beat Islam. But yeah, you know, it's up in the air. A lot of these things, even Ilya came out and said it, because, you know, everybody's calling for these different moves to be made. And it's honestly going to come down to one thing. And that one thing is whether the UFC itself, the organization that, you know, organizes and facilitates all this shit, says yes or no. And that's what it'll come down to, that. Okay? So yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next.